All right, welcome back to another episode of Beauty, Beats Balance.
Hello, welcome.
We are your hosts, the persons.
The persons, yes. We're here on this rainy election.
Rainy election day. I hope you got your butt out and voted before the rain came down.
You did.
I did. With my Anna
Did you take?
Anna took my sticker.
I saw your sticker. She
Anna
showed
took
it to
it,
me
yeah,
because
she
she said
wanted
she
it.
went with you. I said, you did not go with your dad to vote because I know I was in the bed and you were in the bed with me. But did you take your picture of with your votes?
I didn't.
I told him to take a picture because I said maybe you might inspire another man
You did say that, didn't you?
to go vote.
But I had to, you know what I had to do?
What you had to do?
I had to run the Hobby Lobby before they opened.
What they got to do with you? What they got to do with you taking a selfie in the car?
I didn't have a chance to do it. I had to go to
Let's not
Kroger.
go there.
I had to go to Kroger and then go to Hobby Lobby.
What?
So I didn't have a chance.
How many stores did you have to go to, Walt?
I didn't have a chance to take the selfie.
So how many? Hobby Lobby and Kroger?
And Kroger.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm not. That's why I couldn't take the picture.
You need a rest day?
I was trying to rest.
Okay.
There was too much.
I understand.
Yeah, on top of all the other stuff, that I do on a day-to-day basis. Holding this family together and raising kids, rearing these children. Mm-hmm.
We thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome. I do it for y'all.
Anyway.
I don't do it for nobody else.
Anyway, I hope everybody got out and voted earlier because it wasn't raining earlier. Yeah. So I hope everybody that waited to vote today, like Walter. I voted, early.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I voted
a
long time ago. But to those that got out today, I hope y'all got out safe, and I hope you looked at your ballot. Did you look at your ballot, make sure all your checks was right? Okay.
I did.
And now we're just wait.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna wait. We're gonna talk about the election later, but we're literally just sitting here watching.
Oh yeah, it's on right now.
Because it's 5 p.m. Central Time. So we're waiting on the polls to close in the East Coast.
Yep.
On the East Coast. So. But we'll talk about election later on in the pod. But first, we got to do another one.
I know. Another
R.I.P. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And I felt kind of bad when I heard about Quincy Jones, but then he said it was 91. I was 91. He lived a full life.
That documentary we watched a few years ago, he was older on that.
Yeah, he was older
then.
And because I guess he was so vibrant and doing things at a late age, it's just hard to think about them being that old, but they are that old.
Yeah, because again, you see some older celebrities and they kind of, barely moving and being, pushed around, and he was still moving around. Did he have a little young wife or something?
Probably so.
That's how
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
He had many wives.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Quincy Jones, man, he was
the greatest producer of all time.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think we can say that.
No, you can absolutely say that.
Yeah, I mean, Thriller.
I mean, not even just you talking about music, TV, film.
Because what was it? Okay, so Thriller was big on music, but what was the big TV thing? Because he did something we didn't even know. The Roots, wasn't he behind the Roots?
I think he
was the Roots soundtrack.
I don't have that in mind.
It's not okay. I'm lying.
But he did have.
Okay,
let's go down the list.
So,
some of his musical accomplishments. He produced over 2,900 songs and 300 albums. Of course, he produced Michael Jackson's best-selling album Thriller and Off the Wall.
Oh, okay. Off the Wall. Okay.
He composed a score for Pawnbroker. I don't know what that is. Another film in Cold Blood.
But what was the big thing he did in film? Because he had got an Oscar for it or something.
He did The Color Purple.
The Color Purple.
He did Malcolm X.
Yes.
He produced numerous Academy Award ceremonies.
Yes. I knew some movies that The Color Purple was, I'm thinking, not The Roots, sorry.
He did the Sanford.
I'm going to get my black card back at some point.
You getting it back. He did the Sanford and Son theme song. He did We Are the World.
He did do it, yeah. So they talk about that because he brought in all those egos.
And we watched that little bootleg documentary. I paid for that shit too, didn't I?
You probably did.
They got over us with that one.
They did. They did.
But he was also just known for promoting and elevating black artists. So he produced just a lot of groundbreaking artists. Again, Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles. He helped launch a lot of black entertainers' careers. He helped bridge the gap between jazz and pop music. I always think about in Ray, when they had Lorenz Tate playing the young Quincy Jones. Wasn't it Lorenz Tate? Playing the young Quincy Jones, and he was hanging around the nightclub and stuff. You don't remember that. But I just kind of think about, they did a good job of kind of showing how he was so young and...
Let's play the theme music. Okay. Come on, you can sing. This is background music.
What is this? Okay. But, yeah, he was... They just showed the young Quincy Jones...
It's your background music.
Okay. I'm gonna let you finish.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening. This is background music. See what y'all accolade.
Okay. You're gonna get us copyright stricken on YouTube.
Oh, my bad. Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All these laws. That was one of his best songs, man.
Who was that?
Tevin Campbell.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, they were just showing how he was... I lost my whole train of thought. You playing damn Tevin Campbell.
I forgot we can't play the music.
But anyway, they were just showing him as a youngster how he was kind of, in those nightclubs and hanging out with all those famous musicians and everything.
Man, he lived a full life. What he like on the streets at like 16,
Yeah.
14, 15, 16, playing in the clubs, chilling with Ray Charles and all kind of
That's
things.
what I just said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right, you reiterate, right. But yeah, I mean, like all of those things. And then, of course, his just overall world, world influence.
Yeah.
He wasn't, because even though he was black, he was all black, but he wasn't just like, he wasn't shut off to everything else. Like
he was exposed to different things.
Right, because he was all, overseas.
Yes.
He spent a lot of time in Paris.
He wasn't broke down with the United States races.
Yeah.
He wasn't conditioned. No one ever told him what he couldn't do. You can tell because he was off and away and gone and doing his thing.
I think about one of the the Will Smith book, and he had a part in there where he was talking about where he was at a Quincy Jones house, at his house for a party or something, and it was when he had to audition for the role or something.
Oh,
and he was like, he didn't really want to do it, and Quincy was like, you here or you know the better time. He was trying to convince him to do it in front of the investors or writers or something.
I remember.
And
I
he was
remember
like,
that
he was like, he didn't want to do it. And Quincy was like, fuck you mean? Like, this is the time is now, or let's do it. You could do it or whatever. And so like, for him to kind of to see that vision for Will,
right?
You know what I'm saying, at the time, because Will was just a rapper at the time, but like to see him as the Fresh Prince and all of that,
Yeah, and the one thing I always admired about Quincy is that when you listen to him, especially at older age, he always talks about how he surrounds himself with the youth and how he puts the youth out there and he's trying to see what the youth are doing and listen to youth. And it's like, people that don't do that, right? And where they are. But he thrived because he was so, just about pouring into the youth and building them up to become great, because he was like, I've already done this, been there, done that.
Right.
So he was always about building young people, and I just always admired him for that. But one thing that was always interesting, and it was true about several men in his position, he never had a consistent woman. Never had a consistent woman, though. So I always wonder what people that live like that and live a life like Quincy Jones, it's like, who really, I never saw it, and I don't know, again, he has several wives. Well, women.
Women, right.
Just over the years. And you always wonder, like, did he ever have that one solid partner in life to go through all of this? Or did he just have to have partners in phases and stages of his life? Like, this partner was good for this stage. This partner was good for this stage. This partner might have been around a slower time. This part, it's almost like he just swapped them out. Like,
I don't know. I would venture to say he probably always had one little down,
I don't know. You never saw that one person where,
But I think...
I'm just looking at a relationship because I always look at, I'm with a musician.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, when you look at me, I always look at male musicians like...
You hit the jackpot because I'm not a...
I was like, what?
I'm not a regular...
No, you are not.
Let me tell you some of these musician stories, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Now, you hear the musician stories, you hear it, and it's like... I feel like I did hit the jackpot because you are not like that. But I look at other men, it's like, man, they have just a separate love life or social life, and it's very interesting.
Well, and I think I was telling somebody recently, like, I think I'm glad that I was able to, meet you and kind of get married and kind of have that foundation. Man, that was the key word we were saying, like that foundation, because it's kept me away from
grounded.
Right, it kept me away from a lot of things. Just kind of kept me, with something to come home to and something, just to.
Well, and you think about it too. I think about how, like, let's just say Al Green. What if Al Green would have had a better foundation in the beginning? Because we always hear about his women and what he went through in his career. And then he, of course he did it now. And now he is who he is. He's a pastor. But you think about Quincy, it's like, who was that? What was his foundation going through his life? And who did he lean on? Who did he talk to? Who did he confide in? I mean, I'm sure there's several people, but you always think about a relationship. It was, you never saw a solid, or he even spoke about a solid relationship with a wife or partner. So I was just thought about that because he just lived such a life. But then you think about, I think about, could he have accomplished all that he did with that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the other part of
with a relationship, right?
Because it's hard. It ain't for everybody.
It ain't for everybody. It ain't.
And you gotta.
And it's so that's why I thought about it. I mean, but that's why I always think about that when I see men, at that caliber. It's like, could they get there with the traditional wife? But then I think about Jay-Z. But then he got Beyonce. But other people do have solid relationships. Right.
But I think it's a fine line, because in order to be
he was like here though.
Right. And in most cases, in order to get to there, it comes with a lot of sacrifice. A lot of.
And the women usually sacrifice. The women are sacrificed usually in those relationships.
Absolutely. But so I was talking to an older guy.
Who?
I'll let him remain nameless.
Oh,
but,
okay. I love talking to old folks.
One of the things he was saying, and he's in the music business.
Oh, okay.
He's very successful in the music business.
Okay.
And one of the things he was saying was, because I think we were having a conversation one time about balancing family life and your music career or aspirations or things you're trying to do. And he told me, he was like, man, your family, they'll never fully understand or appreciate what you do or what you have to do, but you as who you are, you have to do it, and you have to know that you have to do certain things, and you have to do things that might make some other people, uncomfortable sometimes.
Your wife uncomfortable, or just certain people?
I mean, he say white, but he was referring to your immediate family, your close family. You know what I'm saying? But he was
what does
saying,
that mean, uncomfortable?
But I mean, I think it means that there's some times where, for me, like, it's been times where I'm like, okay, I got something I really need to do. I know it needs to be done. I got to do it. I might have to sacrifice some family time a little bit or something like that. But it's like, you, as much as you understand and understand, and you riding with me, but you will never understand to the full extent.
Right.
Like that. So in me, in my position, I have to say, I'm willing to do that and sacrifice this little bit of her or their, whatever, unhappiness or time, but I have to do it. And you have to do that to be successful.
Yeah.
And so that always stuck with me, because there's times I fight like, damn, like, I really want to do this, but I know I have to do this right now for the benefit and greater good of everybody and us down the line. So,
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like what makes us different.
Well, we weren't talking about this.
I'm saying it's just I'm saying what makes us different is like we said. But one thing that made us different was that you had me early. You got me early, so I'm an early foundation for you, right? Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. What else makes us different, though, is that just like I mentioned Jay-Z and Beyonce, you have a wife that's also busy, right? And so I understand the grind because I too grind.
Yeah. And
right?
it gives me space to grind because you
and it gives you space to grind.
Yeah.
So I grind and you grind, but I feel like where we would bump heads is that I'm trying to grind and balance life, work, kids, work-life balance. And you just like, okay, well, I got to work. And I'm like, wait a minute, baby. You got to balance the work life, And I felt like for a long time, that was a challenge for you because you just want to go all in. And it's like, okay.
How did this get so mad? We talking about,
know, right?
You witnessed this Tim saw, he looked away. He was like, see, it's zoning in on his ass. We was talking about Quincy Jones.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's like sometimes you have to make a choice. Like I would choose, like I feel like sometimes, and we'll change the subject, but I feel like
because the light's getting kind of bright, I'm feeling a little
since we're here,
interrogated. Yeah.
I felt like sometimes you would choose music when you could have chosen family. And because I have chosen family over work several times, all the time.
I think that's the point that the person was making, is that in your mind, I'm choosing music over family, but in reality, I'm choosing the thing that needs to be done for the family. In my mind, that's
understandable in your mind, but
right. It's just like in your mind.
But if I'm not seeing change, and the reason why we're doing all this sacrificing, then I'm like, what are we doing?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it all just. But either way.
Yeah.
I feel like, but that's why it works. That's why we work. Now I don't know if you would have been with somebody else. They'd work a 9 to 5, and I don't know. But
I mean, I don't think I would have. I don't think it would have worked with anybody else. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like. It's just. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just works.
It does work. He knew. It
has worked, and it continues to work. So.
And it continues to work, and it continues to get better every single day. So just in case y'all think that it's great after 26 years, 26 years together.
I quit counting. I stopped counting.
I know. We still working. It's still a continuous.
It's still, because I was talking to somebody. I'll tell you off air. Yeah, somebody, they finna get a damn divorce.
Oh gosh, we lost another one.
We lost another one, man.
Is it somebody I
know? No, don't do that. I'm not finna tell you
nothing
to no clip.
Tell me real quick.
No.
Text it to me.
No.
Man, come on now.
No, I'll just tell you later. But yeah, I was like, damn, and they were really.
Well, I want to divorce you every other 2 weeks. Every two weeks. Maybe once a month. So yeah.
Set me free.
Do not play with me.
Oh, shit. But yeah, man, I was like,
keep on praying, honey.
Yeah, but I hated to see that.
I can't feel it because you ain't told me who it is.
Yeah, I mean,
tell me to the side.
No, okay. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, but I will say, I think everybody's not, really down for marriage, or I hate to say cut out for marriage. That sounds like
ain't built.
Yeah, built.
Well, this is the thing.
Or everybody don't want to, just do the work part.
Yeah, you're right. You do have to want to do the work. The way I feel about it, even if I get mad at you, it's never a time where I'm like, I won't try to fight for it.
Right.
Because they say once you get to that point.
And again, we've said this on numerous podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what has kept us together. Like, we never, no matter how mad.
Yeah.
Get,
how
like,
bad it gets.
I never want to go cross that point, because you can't come back once you go past that point. So.
And then, we damn near can't even raise our voice in the house without the kids thinking we about to get divorced.
Right.
So it's like we think about the kids and, and I made it a point to try to have them in a chaosless house.
Chaosless?
Chaosless.
Okay.
Less chaos was in my house growing up. And so I love the fact that they can't even hear us passionately talking without thinking we're arguing. It's like, no, we're just talking with passion, with aggression. We're not arguing, you know. But either way, yeah. R.I.P. Quincy Jones, even though we just went off that subject, but R.I.P. Quincy Jones, beautiful man, beautiful talent. Thank you for all your gifts.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
talents.
He inspired a lot of
a lot.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
So I guess we have to talk about this election now. So it is election night.
It is. It's going on right now. First results are coming in from Indiana. Yeah.
Yes, and I don't see any numbers up there yet. I don't want to be stressed out about this election though. Yeah,
but everybody, I think everybody kind of is. You know, I've been seeing a little posts like people like you know, like waiting on certain things. You
and
know,
of course,
like,
y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all shouldn't already know that we're Harris supporters. But, you know, I'm just tired of being stressed out. I'm tired of hearing Donald Trump. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. And
I hear people talk about all the time about how, you know, Harris is just a lesser
of the
two evils. But it's like, of course I have a different perspective on it because I'm a woman. And, you know, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit today since we're going through this election. You know, I talked about it last episode about the women and the rise of women and things like that. But I've been listening to other things and other podcasts. And I think I told you about the guy that I was listening to on one of my favorite podcasts right now called The Diary of a CEO. Okay. If y'all need to check it out if y'all haven't heard about it. It's a Black guy out of the UK.
We'll put the link in the description.
Yes, but he always interviews people from the States and other people, but he always interviews good people. And he's like the top podcaster in the UK. But he always interviews this guy named Scott Galloway. And Scott is just, he got his own podcast. I started listening to him today too. But Scott is the one that kind of brought the attention to me about the state men are in right now. Like his thing is he wants to advocate for men because he is seeing the decline of men, which is interesting because decline of men would mean that would affect women. So that's why I was paying attention to it. But he also is a Harris supporter. He's a Democrat. But he's so intelligent, and he talks about, you know, he started out poor, you know, single mom. Interesting story, though. His mom was dating a married man. But he benefited from that because this man would teach him about the stock market and things like that. And so he was exposed to more than what he could have been exposed to because of the guy that his mom was dating. But either way, he started from the bottom and now he's a billionaire, basically, or close to a billionaire, I'm sure. But I was just listening to that podcast today because they're always talking about, you know, the predictions and whatnot. But one of the things that always stand out to me, first of all, with the elections is that a lot of people that vote for people like Trump are poor, and they're really just voting on emotion. Because you think about a state like Mississippi. Mississippi, you could probably say, is probably one of the most racist, still one of the racist states in the country. But it's also the poorest state. And it's like, people don't understand that it shouldn't be a race issue at this point. It should be a class issue. Because it's going towards that. It's about the rich and the poor, the have and the have-nots. And Trump, I feel like, pulls on these people's emotions as far as, like, you know, the racism thing. But the one thing that he's doing is he's appealing to the men because men feel like they're not being seen. White men, and of course black men are never seen, but white men aren't seen. You know, I don't feel like they're being seen and represented. And that's why he has his following, is what they're saying.
I mean, I feel like the country's...
It's divided.
The country's being taken from them. That's what they...
Right, like the country's being taken from you. And so that's just very interesting to look at it in that way. So when he started to talk about, you know, men, you know, they did a deep dive, and because that's what he does. He talks about this often as far as men. But even with, he was like, let's just say, and y'all have to listen to this man. Like, if y'all can pull him up, again, follow his podcast, whatever. But he was just saying that, you know, if you just, let's just say you vote for Trump. And Trump and all these people want to control reproductive rights. He keeps it real with you. He's like, you're a young man, right? Let's just say you're in your early 20s. You're fresh out of college, or even if you could afford to go to college. You want to have sex, right? You want to freely have sex. The whole goal for men is to be sexual beings, enjoy life, you know, be successful and whatever. He was like, if you're controlling women's reproductive rights, you're not going to be having a lot of sex because we're going to be shutting it down. Like, I'm not going to get pregnant and have to keep your baby. I don't even know you, you know? And that's real. Like, to say it from a male perspective, it's like, y'all think y'all doing something. Y'all trying to control us and control our bodies, but really you're going to mess it up for you. But I also think about our daughters and what type of men are they going to be having to choose from? Are they going to choose from these angry losers that feel like nobody respects me? But he also made a good point too about how when they have like affirmative action, things like that, it's almost like, well, it's not almost like, it is like men, and I'm gonna even go so far as to say white men. Tim, you can nod or do if you agree or not. Let's just say somebody like Tim, he's being punished for what his father and grandfather did. And so when they see these handouts given to people, they don't get it because like, oh, well, you're a white hetero man. You don't need anything. You got it good because of history. And I get that. But then I also get the frustration from them. You know, what do we have? But I feel like they don't see the fact that when you support someone like Trump, he's the one against you. Not, you know what I mean? Not Harris, not us.
Yeah.
He's against you because he's trying to make sure the 1% is rich and stays rich. And you are not the 1%, sir. You know, sir, in Mississippi and Arkansas, and I'm only saying the South because, you know, we're Southerners. But, so I get it, but it's just crazy that people don't like do the research. They don't look at it for themselves. They don't look at the stats. They just say, oh, I just feel this way. And so they vote by feeling.
I mean, but I think that could be true on both sides. I think a lot of people vote by, you know, just feelings. And I think even in this election, I think a lot of people are just like, you know, to the side with the issues. It's just like, what do I feel from these candidates? You know what I'm saying? What do I feel from you know, Trump and his rhetoric? I feel hostility. I feel, you know, anger. I feel hate. I feel, you know, just turmoil and disruption. And then, you know, from Kamala Harris, you know, I don't feel all, you know, again.
How do you feel about her?
I'm saying I don't feel all, you know, like peaches and cream, like she's just gonna save the world and save black people. Like I don't.
You just feel like she's a better choice.
I feel like she's a better choice in this election, you know. And I think some of the things that she's, you know, her points that she's talked about, you know, for just households and small businesses and things like that, middle class is more appealing to me.
To us, because we are there. Right.
It's more appealing to me than somebody, you know, that has a background of, you know, a criminal past, criminal history, and hate speech and just hate spewing and just riling people up. And the thing about it is, I'd almost respect him more if he was like, you know, this is what I am. I'm riling up, you know, these, you know, the Proud Boys and these. So if he was just like, that's what I'm doing. These are my people. I'm riling them up. Okay, cool, we know. But then you try to say that's not what you're doing, and you know you do the whole, you know, the insurrection or whatever when they ran in the White House, and then you say you didn't do that, or you didn't decide, but you didn't do anything to stop it or keep it, you know, from happening. And
he knew what he was doing.
That's what I'm saying. And even in some of the other you know, things that have happened, you know, violence against black people, you know, some of his comments and the way he's tried to protect the police, and even again with the January 6th thing, he said like it's good people on both sides.
Yeah.
You know, like, so when you know, like we know what that means. Like when you say that, you're saying, you know.
I mean, he didn't even denounce Putin.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying
so it's like he don't have
people,
to say
this is what I ride with. This is what I'm about. This is what I want to happen.
And that's the thing about Trump. At this point, he's gotten so crazy that it's like he can just get away with whatever at this point because it's like, oh, that's just him. No, he's crazy, and who's going to call him out on it? But it's just crazy that people don't understand that. Just like one thing that I heard on the podcast. As far as the stock market, at the end of the day, however this ends, is going to be the powers that be is going to say this is who needs to be in the office. I understand our vote. Yes, our vote counts, and I hope it's a landslide. We praying it's a landslide. But at the end of the day, these billionaires and these people that run this country and this world are looking at this election, and they want it to turn out the way they want it to turn out. And I don't think they really want Trump. Because just like they're saying, economists, if he does what he wants to do with these tariffs, Bobby Joe down in Mississippi, I'm gonna keep using them because they're the poorest state in this country. Bobby Joe down there in Mississippi, he gonna be paying super high interest rates and all kind of shit 20 years down the line because he's making up for what Trump wants to do today or next week or next year. Mm-hmm. And they don't get that. They make it seem like he's gonna fix it. No, he's going to fuck a whole lot of stuff up. And we got to pay for it because we'll still be alive during that time. And our children, most importantly, our children will be paying for these things that they want to put in place. And at the end of the day, the 1% is so far away from regular people. Mm-hmm. They have so much wealth. They want to keep all that. But it's crazy. People understood how much money these people had and how they are just playing us every single day. Just give you an example, out of the stock market, 90% of the stock market, 90% is owned by the 1% in the States, in the US. That's a whole lot of money. And we ain't talking about the rest, I'm talking about globally. If people really paid attention to that, and why they talking about they don't want to tax the rich? Well, who else we need to tax, baby? Because we getting killed. So anyway, it's just so frustrating because people don't think about that, and it's like you're hurting yourself because you're just looking at that you want to be racist and you don't like Mexicans or whatever. It's so stupid. It's all about the green at the end of the day. Yeah, and they playing them.
So I mean, again, and it's easy to say, it doesn't. I mean, we vote and we want our votes to be counted, but at the end of the day, we're not in control.
We're not in control.
What's going to happen? And I mean, and even if Trump wins, I mean, it's
I don't think it's going to destroy the country, but it's just going to be chaotic for another 4 years. But I just pray, we don't know yet. We're just praying that she wins. But it just brings up an interesting thing for me to think about men in all of this and how, how a lot of men are like going towards Trump and they're like, well, why are the men more conservative now? And it's because they said, well, men, they feel like they're being spoken to. And I'm like, yeah, but who? Which man are you talking to? Because again, if you're trying to control women, I don't think that's working out for y'all. Because look at what's happening now. Look at the shift that's happening. I mean, even genetically, women are getting taller. You can look this up. Women are getting taller. Men are getting shorter. More women are in college. More single women are owning homes. All this has been researched. And so I get it. What are we doing with our men? And I'm so glad I don't have boys, because I would hate to have to worry about this. I mean, we got nephews, but what's happening with the men? Like, what do you think?
I mean, it's just, and I mean, I was texting somebody the other day, like, because I see a lot of young.
And when I say men, I mean young men.
No, I'm saying, yeah. I see a lot of young men, and I'm like, honestly, I'm like, what kind of job are these little niggas gonna have?
Right.
What kind of life are they, working towards, or what are they going? what are they gonna be able to do in the future? You know, without having any type of educational ambition or just tracked, any path. Like so many young men, they just moving, lost.
They just moving through life.
They just moving through life. There's no direction. There's no.
And that's why you gotta listen to that man. You gotta listen to him.
There's no direction. There's no aspirations to do anything. But again, there's not a whole lot of examples of what to do. And
right, because you got people like Trump that's supposed to run the country. This is your example. This is how you supposed to act as a man. Well, grab her by the pussy.
But I'm not even saying in that far. I'm just saying in the immediate.
Oh yeah, household.
The immediate household and this community and society, like that. They're not seeing.
But
men.
what happened?
I don't know.
But you have to ask that question, like, what happened? In the beginning, it was, if you of course, you talk about the Bible.
Well, what happened?
But what happened? Y'all been running things.
What happened was the. Are we talking about black people? I mean, we talking about.
Well, at this point, we got to talk about all people.
Okay. Well,
because we already know when it comes to the black people, we get we even worse off.
Well, what we talked about, period, is just the lack of fathers and males in homes, period.
But they also talk about how. Okay, so this is the scary part, right? Larger percentages of young men, no matter the color, are still at home with their parents. Up until like 30, they're still at home with their parents. Our daughters, let's just give an example. Our daughters, let's just say the oldest, she's going to be 23 at some point. She's not going to be looking for Steve that still stay with their mom. She's going to be looking at, Ralph, that's probably 35, that's already established and have things going on. So, but you're going to have this gap, this age gap, first of all, which you should see now. You see younger girls are dating older men because they're already established. You're seeing the younger boys just smoked out, playing the games. And it's like, what happens? And then you see more women going to women because these boys don't wash themselves. They don't groom themselves. They just they just get high and play video games. And this is across the board, not just black. That's what's most interesting. We see what's in our community, but this is going on in all communities. And it's like, what's happening? I feel like the men need to, I don't understand what's happening, but it's like the men need to step up and help the youngins, because women are going to help the young women. Men, you all don't have friends. So it's like y'all don't talk to each other. And now this big craze of AI and robots, all this is going to do, especially with AI and with the porn and the OnlyFans and all this on the TV and on the screen and all this illusion of this woman that's going to just say yes to me every day. It's just going to cause loneliness. And then once that person wakes up, once that man wakes up and be like, this is not real, then they're just gonna kill himself. I think. Because that's going up too. Suicide rate with men. It's like, what's going on with the men? Because we need y'all. Our girls we'll need each other in the future. And it's like, what's happening? And everybody's focused on, gay and lesbian rights. We do need to focus on what's going on with our young men. The future. Mm-hmm. So, what you think? I mean, as far as a man, what do you think?
I mean, I just said it.
I mean, you said that, but after me saying that.
I mean, just, it's not.
What is that? What do you think is a one solution to this?
I don't know it. I don't know a solution.
And that's the thing. Y'all don't even know what to do. You 46.
But I'm saying, who knows? I'm not 46.
5?
Who knows,
are you 45?
Who knows the solution?
Are you 45 or 46?
45.
No, you are not. You 46.
Okay.
Anyway, that's so crazy. But I'm saying that's the problem. I'm 45.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that's the problem. I feel like
I'm not 2 years older than you.
I said you 46.
Okay. I'm not 46 yet.
Oh, you're not 46 yet? Okay. You know how my mind works. I don't know. Okay. But either way, that's why I feel like it's the problem with the men. It's like, how y'all gonna get out of this when it's like, y'all be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do these. I don't know. But it's like, somebody got to figure it out. Because I feel like the men, at least in this country, I don't know about other countries. I mean, maybe I'll do my research on that. But in this country, the men are declining.
I mean, there's men declining everywhere. I mean, it's not just here. Yeah, I mean, it's the.
But what's wrong?
You ask me like I ain't got the damn answer. You ask me. You sit there and ask me like
You're
I got the answer.
I am, because I want to know so bad. I want to know. I mean, it's definitely something. I'm
saying, but so do this. So ask some of your women friends and ask what can the women do to.
Well, I know one problem.
Wait a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
What can the women do to help the men, or try to help come up with a solution instead of saying the men are the problem?
Well, no,
and y'all need to fix it.
This information I'm talking about came from a man.
I'm saying that's just one man's podcast. That doesn't make it necessarily 100%.
But we see it every day.
Okay, but I'm saying that just because one man said on the podcast doesn't make it all fact and true everything he's saying. But
okay.
But there is an issue with just men in society, period. And I feel your passion and everything, because I think about it every day. Like, what kind of men are they going to be meeting and interacting with, and what kind of men are going to be out there, period, when it's time for them to start dating and stuff, and how are these young men that are out there now, like what are they going to look like in the next 5-10 years? You know what I'm saying? If it continues of just not any type of direction and just floating in this, just floating around instead of having some type of direction. And even in other, races and ethnic groups, like, the young men might be doing, they might be doing young man things, but at some point they do tend to mature a little bit and start moving towards other things. Whereas, and I think a lot of times in our community, it's a lot of stagnation and not really any path to what's next or any type of forward movement. You know what I'm saying? And again, that goes back to, I think, just the lack of seeing it.
True, the lack of seeing it, definitely. But I mean, genetically and scientifically, you all mature later than female, which we know. And
then too, society has done such a good job of just trying to remove the man from the picture of the household. Anyway, I mean, anytime anything you've seen on TV.
Well, I feel like in the black community, yes.
I'm saying, period. Just
not so much.
No, you see. I mean, you see, because it's so much, because it's so much independent woman and I don't need no man and blah blah blah.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. I feel like a lot of the problem is, I feel like women were forced into that role of saying, I can do it on my own, because the men had their foot on their necks for so long.
We know that, but also aside from that, there was a push there where it might not have been as necessary to say that. There was always there's a push to say, we strong, we equal, we don't need a man for anything. And so that big push was put out, and so we're dealing with a product of that as well.
I mean, I ain't gonna say they ain't say they need a man for anything.
But they
say they want equal pay and equal stuff like that, equal rights. But they didn't say they didn't need a man.
Yes, they do. People.
No, I'm saying the movement didn't say we didn't need a man. The movement was saying we want equal rights. It's a difference. I didn't say some people didn't say they need a man. We know there are lesbians out there.
I ain't talking about lesbians.
I'm talking about heterosexual women were not out there saying, I don't need a man. They say they just want equal rights. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. But what I'm saying is, I feel like it's systematic. Something happened in the system that's crushing the young man now. And I think part of that problem is the way these men are being raised. I feel like women are much softer on their boys and very tough on their girls. That is just tradition or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it happens all the time in many, many, many households. I've never seen one that didn't do it. If I look back in other families, I've never seen it not happen. And I just think that men were always catered to And I don't know if it's just, and I'm not talking about just black men, I'm talking about men, period. I don't know if it's just that now that they have to do it on their own because women are out there also doing the same thing y'all doing, they don't know how to get up and do it on their own. I don't know. But it's so scary. To me, it's scary. Because it's like, who are our babies going to be with when they're grown? What kind of man are they going to be with when they're grown? Because right now, the little men that are coming up right now, very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. But it also goes back to this election. And even how they're talking about who they're polling and who they're talking to and who's supporting who and who's conservative and who's da-da-da-da. It's just like, okay, we just need to stop and start over. Just start fresh. Mm. But that'll never happen. But it's just interesting. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I care about it. It means a lot to me because we have daughters. And, you know, I want them to have good mates. And I know that there is a bias against young men. I mean, look at the Menendez case, the boys, the one that killed their parents. These boys may get off simply because they didn't allow them to use the abuse defense during their case because they said women get abused, not men, not boys. Mm-hmm. That's not right. So it's a system. It's something that's in the system. It's something that's in the makeup of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. That's, I mean, just look at the other boy that just jumped off off the balcony the other day. These men are struggling. These young men are struggling. Mm-hmm. So it's just interesting. That's all. Mm-hmm. But we shall see. Yeah, we shall see what happens. And even though I do want Kamala to win, I love Michelle Obama's message to the men by saying that we need y'all to protect us. Like, we need our protectors again. Men need to step up and protect women. And again, if y'all want to have sex, y'all want to give us our rights.
And so to that point, but there is a sense of women need to allow men to protect them. I think
allow?
Yeah. I think
it would be allowed if it was done. What woman said don't protect me?
So just like you didn't even let me finish that point and you jumping down my throat about it.
I'm just asking.
That's what I'm saying. Some women don't allow some women want to be that. Some women want to be the protector. Some women want to be the person that's doing all of that. And so if
but are we talking about lesbian women?
I ain't say nothing about no damn lesbian.
Because it makes a difference.
But it doesn't all the time. It doesn't. A woman can want to be strong and not be a lesbian. A woman can want to be independent and do stuff by herself without being lesbian.
Okay, but if we're talking about a heterosexual woman dealing with a heterosexual man, you think I'm gonna want to step up and say, "Walter, let me protect you."
That's what I'm saying.
So let's talk about that. Let's just talk about heterosexual people or just general people, because I feel like when you talk about women that do that, you're talking about women that want to be masculine.
Okay, but I'm telling you I'm not. So we can establish that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about there are women, regardless of their sexuality, they want to be the shot caller and in the front and do everything. And if a man, sometimes they're combative with a man if they're trying to be in the lead or in the front sometimes. All women are not.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying there are women in the household with a husband that wants to lead. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying
I'm just trying to get a clear understanding of what you're saying.
Let me finish saying it, damn.
Okay.
I'm not saying, I didn't say nothing about in a household with a man. I'm saying women, period.
But you got to give me a scenario, like you got to give me an example, because I'm not understanding what you mean.
Because you keep cutting me off.
No, you keep saying it, but it's just not making sense.
What I'm saying, it might not make sense to you. What I'm saying is a woman, her sexuality doesn't have to come into play. What I'm saying is if a women are strong, bullheaded, and want to run stuff and be at the front.
But in the front of who? Their household or just their life?
Their life, period. Their existence. They want to be in the head of their existence.
Okay.
And they don't want to take a step back and let somebody else lead them or be there to make a decision with them. If they've got all their life and their mind or whatever, and they're the head in the front, they have a hard time stepping back and letting somebody else do something.
Y'all hear Walter hollering?
Yeah, because you got me. Yes.
Because I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
But I'm saying, but you.
Okay. So this woman that you speak of, right? We're talking about this one woman that you speak of,
No,
right?
I'm not talking about no
Okay,
one
this
woman.
general. Okay, well, this general woman that you're speaking of, does she have a husband?
I don't know.
But we need to know because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about relationships, men and women. That's what I'm talking about. And you going off to other stuff.
No,
I'm not talking about that one woman that wants to run her life and be by herself.
But I'm saying...
I'm talking about relationships, procreating, husband and wives, the future.
Right.
That's the woman I'm talking about. Which woman do you know that has a husband that wants to protect their family and not let their man protect their family? That's all I'm asking because that's what you said.
But you taking it out of context. I didn't say protect like stand up and fight somebody. I ain't saying protect like that.
Okay, but what else is there? How else do you protect somebody?
I'm saying you can protect by leading. You can protect by making sure everything is okay. That's the type of thing I'm saying. Like women, there are women that have always been in their role or felt like they had to be in their role.
Right.
Or told they have to be in their role.
Because they were alone.
Or told they have to be in their role.
Told by who?
Whoever. I don't know who. I'm saying you trying to get too general.
No, because I'm trying to get specific. I'm talking about man and woman relationship. You keep saying general. No. I'm saying which group are you talking about? Are you talking about heterosexual husband and wives, or are you talking about some more folks? Because I'm talking about a husband and wife. That's what we're talking about. Husband and wife. Let's stay on topic.
That's what you're talking about. I'm talking about we were talking about women in general. We didn't start off saying.
Okay, well let's back up a little bit because when I was talking about men and how they're suffering, I was talking about the traditional heterosexual man that's supposed to marry a woman and start a family and go on.
You went away from that. You said
I didn't really go away, but I stayed from there.
You said men in general. You said
okay, but when I meant
men?
Well that's why I'm backing up to let you know. I meant that group of men, just men, regular old men that's supposed to just grow up, get a wife, have a job, raise a family. That's the group I'm speaking of. That's it. And so when you said there are women out there that want to protect it, I went into immediately which woman wants to protect their family and their man.
Okay, so that's what I was asking you. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. The word take the word protect out.
Well, you said it.
Okay, you said it. I recorded. You said protect, and then I responded to what you said.
Because I said that women want to be protected by men.
Right. And so my main thing was.
And you said there are women that don't want to be protected by men.
Okay, so take the word protect. There are women that don't want to let the man lead.
Okay, well, say that.
That's what I meant. That's what I'm saying. You know what the hell I meant.
I asked you that, though.
But you know that's what I meant.
You didn't say that, though.
No, I'm saying I'm glad it's on. Goddamn glad it's on.
No, I'm glad it's on camera because people can see how you talk.
No,
now they can see how you
twist it around.
Oh, no.
You tried to twist it around.
No. That's okay. Please tell us in the comments how y'all feel about it. Because I need to understand if it's me or if it's you. Because I was very specific about what I was asking you. And you going all around and I ain't saying that.
I made the point about we talking about women and men in general. And so that's the point I made. I'm done. Cut this off. I got work to do. I'm done with you. Cut this shit off. Love and light. Bye. Cut this shit off.
Oh, either way. We still ain't got no numbers up.
All right. Well, come on.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at the TV. Either way, because we're watching the election as we record this.
But we
are we wrapping up? How long we been on?
I was on.
Have we? Yeah. I do got to take the baby to ballet. Yeah, Walter finna go on he finna leave me. We ain't gonna tell you when, but I'm finna be a single mom.
Can't wait.
I can't wait either.
I
can't wait either.
I so need this.
I so need this too. I so need it too.
I need this.
You need your guys' trip. Are y'all gonna talk? Y'all gonna get together and just
that's what we do.
Bond.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you need it.
We bond.
Take him away.
We talk about our crazy.
Take him away, Taru.
I'll talk about our crazy spouses.
Todd, take him. Gabe, take him.
Talk about our crazy spouses. We pray over each other and give each other strength to go back.
Your friends tell you that you are blessed.
Is that what they tell me?
That's what they tell you.
When do you hear that?
Don't play with me. Don't get cussed out after this podcast.
I'm not.
So you supposed to say I'm highly blessed. I'm blessed.
I already said that.
No, you didn't.
I said that when I started out. I said something about you.
That's okay. We got this recorded.
Yeah.
No foundation. That didn't have nothing to do with you saying you blessed. That's that look. Okay, so what we doing?
Huh?
We talking about something else?
No, we had her.
No, we got to talk about something else. We talked about the election. Okay, so remember I said we're going to start something new, y'all. I said that we're going to talk about, because our podcast is called Beauty, Beats, and Balance, we're going to always talk about what we feel like is beautiful in our world right now. We're going to talk about what we listening to right now, beats, music.
What we listening to?
You know, whatever comes with beats, music. We're going to talk about the music we digging right now. And then we're going to talk about what balances our life. What's balancing our life right now.
Okay.
Or if our life is in balance.
Okay. Where you want to start?
Let's start with the beauty.
Okay, go ahead.
The beauty in my life right now are my children.
Am I supposed to say a beauty? Or you said it, you just doing the beauty?
Well, no, I'm just saying just today. I feel like when the girls called me today, and because they were off today for election, and they called and they were just laughing and, you know, playing with the dogs. I just like, man, you know, it's such a blessing to have that, because everybody doesn't have that, you know, in their lives, and people take it for granted. But, you know, hearing your children laugh and have joy and love and peace, it's just a blessing. So that's one of the things that's a beautiful thing in my life. What about you?
Sitting here doing this podcast with you today.
Oh.
Yep, that's the beauty of my life right now.
Okay, music, beats. My thing is, I need you to hurry up and set up our family Shopify account so I can listen to Tyler, the Creator's new album, because I want to hear it straight through, no interruption.
On Shopify?
Not Shopify. Spotify.
Okay.
Yeah, I use wrong words sometimes. Don't judge me.
Give me some grace. Something the other day. Me and Mona. She said something the other day. And me and Mona bust out laughing.
Because she get it from me.
She was so serious too. When she said
and I be so serious too.
Oh, I know. I've been correcting you for 30 years.
She gets it from me. My mom used to call me Miss Malaprop. It's the wrong words. And I call people the wrong names. Hey, I'm 45, y'all. This is me. I'm sorry. So yeah, I want to listen to the Tyler the Creator's new album, because he is amazing. I'm really been into him lately for some reason. Like his music, his whole style, his whole vibe, his messaging.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad that I'm so late.
It's all right.
I mean, bitch, I feel like I should have known about him long ago.
I mean, you find the artist or the music that's supposed to find you, it'll find you when it's supposed to find you.
You are so right, Walter. You're so wise sometimes. So wise.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And the balance.
Oh, I ain't talking about my beats.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So my I've been working on this project for like 2 years or more.
Oh, I know which project.
Yeah. And
is it complete?
It's complete.
Is it?
I think I'm gonna release it on November 27th.
Wow. Why did I just get a little teary?
I know, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, I think so. It's looking that way. I hope so. Hope I can make it happen.
Do we need to tell people the significance of that date? Or we gonna wait? Let's wait.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the beats.
I like it. I need you to set up a photo shoot soon.
I told you we got
but I need you to
all that's gotta happen. All that's gotta happen. Like,
did you just hear the words I said? I need you to set up a photo shoot soon, because I don't have the capacity in my brain to set up that for you. I need you to set up all your things. I'm just telling you, I need you to set up all your things. But if you need some referrals, I got you. Balance. What's giving us balance right now? I'm gonna tell you what's giving me balance. You going on your trip.
Absolutely.
That's giving us some balance. Okay, just
yes.
You get you some space. I'm gonna get me some space, and we're gonna come back refreshed and renewed.
Yeah.
Back in love.
Yeah.
Why you looking like that?
Like what? Laughing at you. But yeah, that's some good balance.
Okay, good.
Looking forward to it.
All right, well. All right, that's all we got.
All right, well, hopefully when we
come back, we can say.
Come back next time and the world isn't in shambles.
Oh gosh. Well, I do know this. I'm gonna be so brave as to say when President Harris wins.
Okay.
Looks like I will be in DC for the inauguration.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Some more balance for me.
Yeah, some more balance for you.
Good deal.
And if I get a chance to do it, if it happens, I'm going to be so excited about doing it because I would love to be there. No matter how chaotic it's going to be, no matter how many women will be out there, I'm still going to go to be in all the chaos because it's going to be good chaos, I'm sure.
Well, as always, follow us on Instagram, Beauty Beats and Balance, Facebook, Beauty Beats and Balance. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Send us a comment, like, send us some questions.
Yep.
All of that good stuff.
All of that good stuff. What else I was going to say last time?
What did you say? You switched it up. You switched it up every week.
I know I did. Not I forgot now. Ooh, y'all got to pray for me. Well, always love and light. Love and light. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.